Hello, everybody. So good to see you all here, to meet up with you all once again here on the online world. Thank you very much for being here, and we're very happy welcoming you to another magical chapter of our program, Plantas Maestras. I am Mantar Carana, here from Colombia. I'm the director of the Escuela Ancestral, Ancestral School here in Colombia. And together with Kim, who's here with me from the UK. Hello, Kim. How are you?
Hiya, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, brilliant. Looking forward to releasing this video.
Beautiful. Yeah, we're really happy. I mean, together with Kim, those who haven't watched previous videos or previous streamings that we've been doing every 2 weeks. So we are sharing with you this amazing world of the plants and this sacred world of the plants. So combining a little bit of ancestry, ancient stories, ancient understanding, but also how to incorporate all this wisdom into our current modern ways of life. So for those who haven't watched the previous chapters, we've been walking through the chapters of corn, and then we went also through quinoa. And today here we are in another very special chapter. I think this chapter you're gonna like it very much, just like we did with an amazing guest, Maureen Robertson, from the UK, but she currently lives in a farm, a beautiful farm that I have had the privilege to be doing workshops and things there at their farm in Portugal. So yeah, really looking forward to this. And how about you, Kim? How about the new input of this amazing wisdom?
Yeah, it's such a fantastic sharing from Maureen, and I think more and more people from the UK are looking to get back to their ancestral roots. An amazing pathway to walk down is with the plants, because the plants have been here for so long, you know, over generations and generations, and now Maureen's opening that doorway of showing how magical Vervain is and how, you know, can support and help us in these times, but also how it connects to our ancestry as well. So an amazing video. Yeah,
yes,
really great.
Yeah. So really looking forward to watch again. And well, we're gonna go back here at the end just to make some little comments, but for in the meantime, we're just gonna leave you to watch and enjoy. And really, I think one of the beautiful things of these sharings is that we are not only us who are learning, but it's so beautiful to be able to share it with your friends, with your families, and then expanding this network of wisdom. That's when we realize as well that this work has been very meaningful. So there's been a big team of people working for this. So we have the team here in Colombia, another one in the UK, and today we're showing another piece of teamwork, which was all recorded in Portugal. So enjoy this, and this is the magic of teamwork across lands, and it's been so much put into this. So really enjoy, and we see you here at the end. So thank you very much, and see you very soon. Enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy.
O Vervain, we call your magical presence to be with us today. O master herb of humanity, magical herb of the Druids, come be with us, support us as we make these changes. Bring your beauty, your grace, your enchantment, your connection to love, to soften our hearts, to increase our magnetism, our attractiveness, to expand our consciousness, with your protection to keep us safe. We call you here to be with us now. Hear our prayer. We give our thanks. It's my great honour to introduce Vervain to you today. Vervain, or Verbena officinalis, is a much loved plant by herbalists and has quite a history to it, that she was also a much loved plant by the Druids, who were the priest and spiritual representatives of the Celtic lineage, of which I have the privilege to be part of. I have an Irish background and lived in Scotland for most of my life, and so I'm familiar with how honoured this plant was amongst the Celts and the Druids. We're here right next to her because I want to show you the different qualities that really define Vervain. And the first thing we see is how light and airy and slender and delicate and graceful she is. And in fact, that was another name for her, a herb of grace. And what is grace? Grace is about bringing prayer into action or being graceful in your movement. So movement is a really key quality to this plant. The element that is linked to movement, of course, is air, and we can see that there's so much air and lightness of being in this plant. And even if we compare it to this evening primrose behind here, which is so much more physically manifest, so has so much more material mass to her, and so we can see that the predominant elements here are much more obviously earth and water compared to Vervain, which is definitely air, and with that pointedness, maybe even some fire, being able to know how to control fire. Too much fire in our being, too much movement, jumping about. So this plant is almost like a physical manifestation of something that is invisible. It's kind of on the threshold of being visible but also being invisible. And this is a key signature of its magical qualities and why the Druids were so interested in it. Being linked with the air element, it brings the winds of change. So this is a plant that definitely helps us with transformation, moving toward visioning and then moving towards our vision. And so this plant has been ritualistically as well as medicinally used to help move from one way of being to another and to stimulate that and manifest that to happen. So the name Vervain, the Druids initially spelt that with an F and had two separate words, fer, F-E-R, and vein, F-A-N-E, and even the sound, the articulation of that is very airy, Vervain. So we're already getting hints, we're already getting expressions that are really telling you what this plant can help you with. And of course, plants are trying to tell us in many different ways in a non-verbal means. So their colour, their taste, their smell, their texture, their mode of growth are all giving us some non-verbal communication insights. I've had really interesting experiences taking Vervain myself as a medicine and also prescribing it for other people. When people are really at a kind of crossover point, at a threshold of really needing to make changes in their life and being in pain or having symptoms that are really unpleasant are really good motivation to make change. So when people come and they really want to move on from wherever they're at, Vervain is a really effective transformational plant to ally to help them do that, accompany them to do that. And so it's one of the few plants that we can give just by itself. Often we formulate prescriptions, herbal prescriptions, with many other plants, but this one has so many virtues and has a means of working with and bringing movement and change to so many different systems of the body, the nervous system, the area of the lungs and the heart, and also the lower abdomen with our digestive processes and pelvic organs. Vervain has an ability to work with all of these areas of the body, and so it's one of the few plants that we can give as a simple, what's called a simple or just a single remedy. And when it's been indicated for people that they need Vervain by itself to help bring transformation to their life, I often would forewarn them, right, this is a plant that you're calling in and that is here to help you, and it's going to make things shift, so you better strap your seatbelt in and get ready, because the winds of change are about to blow through your life. And sure enough, that's when people come back with the most incredibly dramatic stories of change. I've done quite a few detoxification processes with Vervain. It has this very bitter taste which stimulates the whole digestive system, and particularly the liver and the gallbladder. And the liver, of course, is the organ of transformation in the body, in metabolizing our food, and also our digestion helps metabolize emotions and experiences. So Vervain is right there in the center of our physiology, helping with these transformational processes as well, and has this connection with the gallbladder to release more bile for fat metabolism, and to just stimulate the elimination channel of the digestion. So Vervain has really helped me with those kind of processes because of my constitutional tendency. And now that I'm at the end of my reproductive years and moving into becoming an elder, and I'm crossing yet another threshold, Vervain is also another magnificent support for the menopause, for potential pelvic congestion, to make sure there's movement there, to help top up the metabolism, because our digestive processes start to reduce as we grow older. So Vervain's been a really powerful ally for me during my herbal practice, and I've witnessed it bring magnificent positive changes to my patients as well. The Druids were very aware of the planetary influences on plants, and Vervain was a plant that was utilized for its protection and this ability to really get the boundaries strong. So they would use Vervain to cleanse their altar, to cleanse any ritualistic tools they were going to use, like their golden sickle, and to cleanse themselves. So Vervain has this ability to not only make magic and move magic, but to protect the process of all that change taking place when we could be in a more vulnerable state. This quality of lightness and airiness makes the Vervain manifesting something that's almost invisible, yet in a physical form still. And for sure this was part of her attraction, her magical attraction for the Druids. Protection is really important in modern day application of Vervain's virtues. She's known as a very important trophic restorative for the nervous system, so a restorative that can help build up back to a proper baseline when we've dipped and gone below our reserves. And this is something that is a common feature in our modern lives, with all the high level stress and achievement, and now in modern day, in the midst of this pandemic, we've got other stresses that are affecting our mental health. And so this is really a herb that can help with overstretching ourselves, going beyond our boundaries, going beyond what we should be doing as our life mission, as our soul purpose. Another name for Vervain is herb of enchantment. So if you're wanting to cultivate your attractiveness, not just the outer beauty but the inner beauty, your ability to move in a graceful way, to have this confidence yet being protected, being open to psychic abilities, being open to calling in other situations, yet you have the protection of the strong boundaries from Vervain that accompany that process. So she's quite a magnificent herb to move Venus through our lives. So this is a herb that you would work with if you are ready to find love, to be in a relation with someone, to start putting those prayers out. And it's also a herb to protect you for crossing over the boundary once you've found love, and if you are committing to a relationship. And that brings in this idea of weaving our love intentions into a head wreath for the marriage day. I'm so grateful to have Vervain with me in my garden. She's one of the most easily self-seeding herbs. She's taken over so many different beds. I don't mind at all. And I brought the original seed with me from my herb farm in Scotland, and now she's here in Algarve, South Portugal, where I've relocated. So she doesn't mind growing in the cool, moist, Venusian qualities from Scotland or the hot, dry qualities here. She knows how to manage that balance. And here we have a self-seeded fig tree that's in the middle of this Vervain bed, having the protection, enjoying her protection. So I'm so happy to have Vervain follow me from Scotland to Portugal. Whenever we are having a interaction with a plant, especially when we were asking permission for it to be harvested for medicinal or ritualistic use, we need to really set our intention clearly of why we're asking the plant to give up its connection to the earth and to be taken away for another purpose. So we can telepathically communicate that to the plant of, we are really in awe of your magical virtues, and can you come and help us in our human realm to manifest those as well for positive intentions for us. Even though this is so light and airy, and we can see it comparing it to these other plants that have got much more physical mass and are much more being dominated by the earth and water elements, this has the domination of the predominance of the air and fire elements. But even so, with that lightness and airiness, the stem is super tough, and so it's quite an interesting polarity. So it's another reason to wait to see which stem is standing out, because then that's going to be much easier to break, because otherwise it's going to be a tough job. And luckily that one was the right one, because that was quite a simple job. I could have been there for a while using my nails to try to break this tough fibrous stem. And it's important really when we're working with magical plants to not use man-made metals or materials like knives or steel, because the diva fairies of the plants don't like the man-made metals. So it's important that you're using your own human tools, your own human direct contact for this important part of receiving the plant from the earth into our care. And our intention with these stems is to weave a head wreath. And it's important that something that is going to be next to our third eye, next to our nervous system, our brain, our thinking, it's important that if we're weaving our intention into a head wreath, that is often accompanying us when we are going, crossing a threshold from one way of life into another, and particularly for head wreaths for brides when they're getting married, and also for at funerals when body is passing over into the other world. It's important to have our intention, use our own hands and weave our intention to make the wreath ourselves, and we can be weaving our intention and asking for Vervain's support during that process. So already we're manifesting the prayer, we're manifesting the intention. We can also tell Vervain how beautiful she is, how fine and graceful and delicate, and makes you understand why another name for her is Herb of Grace or Enchanter's Herb. Something like that. So I think it's really amazing how this plant has brought the same knowledge and understanding from so many different traditions. The traditions of the Druids, the traditions of Ayurveda, modern science, modern herbal medicine, and modern times are really needing this plant to come in and weave her magic. And so the other aspect of Vervain is not only a nervous system restoration, but helps with this burnout and this fatigue. And we now have this phenomena of long COVID, which is we're only just really starting to see the beginning of. And I think Vervain is going to have this capacity to help people physically move out of long COVID, and at the same time help shift their consciousness to call in something new for them. They can't go back to how it was. That's how they've ended up where they are, and it's like us with our planetary abuse of the Earth's resources. So I think Vervain is a real messenger of Gaia, who is this female essence and deity as well, to really give us the strength and protection to make the changes we need for the benefit of ourselves and the planet. So aho Vervain, thank you.
So we hope that you really enjoyed that video with Maureen, and that you get to harvest all the amazing that she shared from that video. Yeah, and really, maybe next cycle in the UK here, when Vervain is in blossom, in bloom, you can go and find her and make some offerings and harvest and see how, yeah, Vervain can contribute to your health. So, and really gratitude to Maureen for sharing.
Absolutely. Yeah, really happy to see you, Maureen. So thank you very much here from different lands. So appreciating so much your wisdom. And I think to me this knowledge is so relevant for these days. It's like spot on for the moments we are experiencing, because we are also excuse me, we are also approaching the autumn equinox, and times to prepare ourselves for a change, to revise the cycles of life and the cycles that we've been experiencing, and all of a sudden this wisdom comes in, and it just brings us that memory of the importance of how we can receive this help from the plant kingdom to support our process of transitioning, because transitioning, I think, is the most powerful moment in anybody's life, because it's the moment when you are in a limbo. You know that you are not this anymore, but you are not that either. So you are in this limbo, and sometimes accepting, letting go of this so you can welcome that is so difficult sometimes for many of us. So I think being able to receive this wisdom right in these moments of humanity where we are experiencing that we don't know what's next, we don't even know what it was, we're kind of in this bubble of unknown, not really knowing how the world is going to look or like in the time ahead. So I feel like this plant, to me particularly, is becoming very, very relevant for these changing times.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. So thanks for that sharing, Antar, and reminding, that we can apply the plants evolve with us for the times that we're in and can support us through them.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think one of the key things of this project, Plantas Maestras, when we were talking about this with all the beautiful team involved in this, there has been a common purpose, which is understanding that in maybe for our generation, there hasn't been any other, let's say, so dramatic time in humanity, in time of humanity, such as the one that we're experiencing now with these pandemics. So there is this common sense in our heart that the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom and the mineral kingdom, they are all coming to save us. They are all coming with messages. They are all coming to say, hey, we see you. We see what's happening with you. We have compassion for you guys, that you did all these things, and now you're maybe paying for whatever you've done in your life. But here we are. Do you need to transition? Hey, I am Vervain. I am here to support you on that. So use me, carry me, have me in your life, and I will help you to transition. I will bring you clarity. It's so amazing to have such allies, like Maureen said, just so kindly helping us, to transition, to understand better what we're preparing for. So that's very, very, very special. So Kim, I think the signal is breaking a little bit there. So I would like to thank everybody really for watching this. I would like to especially thanks to Maureen for your amazing wisdom. And also just to remind you guys that, well, down there you can see, you probably are watching on our Facebook, but if you are watching this in YouTube, for example, that is the link to visit our Facebook page, Escuela Ancestral Colombia. which means Ancestral School in Colombia, where you can also watch the previous episodes if you're interested to watch, the whole route that we've been doing. And yeah, we are going to be re-screening this documentary next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, the third Tuesday after this one, we are going to have an amazing surprise to you all, which is a Q&A with Maureen. So take your time to, watch, feel, and hopefully the invitation is go and seek for Vervain. And maybe she's, probably she's in your garden and you haven't actually realized, or she's just in the park, or, the place that you used to go. Or if not, just maybe seek for her and bring into your life. Take all this wisdom that Maureen has shared with us and feel and see, and maybe have some questions, because then by the time when we are going to advertise here to you all guys with the Q&A session, then, all your questions are welcome. And so, yeah, thank you for your support. And yeah, really looking forward to continuing with our work. And yeah, we see you hopefully in the next Tuesday. If help us share with your friends, with your families, and let's see if this wisdom can reach other lands. So thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim, for your support from there.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, everybody. And thank you for everyone involved. And thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you, Maureen, wherever you are right now. I'm sure you are there in Portugal watching. So see you very soon and see you next Tuesday. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful life with Vervain. Ciao, ciao.